What up, everybody? It's your boy Azen, and we're back here once again. I know it's been a couple weeks reeling after that wild card playoff loss to the Baltimore Ravens, but the offseason is in full swing. I just needed a little bit of time to kind of see where the offseason was going to go. We're still really early on the offseason, as we're still Super Bowl hasn't even played yet. We're about a week and a half away from that. But the Steelers are in full motion, in full go. It's the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl comes as our executives and our personnel scouting departments can go look at some of these players. And the Shrine Bowl will be playing tonight. This is Thursday as I'm recording this. The Senior Bowl, which we played Saturday afternoon. But we know going into this offseason, the biggest question we all talked about at the end of the season, Russell Wilson completely faded and his team did. And his quarterback play was awful and the offense was horrendous. Now, the biggest question going into this offseason, who will be the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback? Will it be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? And I know Rooney came and said he probably only wants one of the guys back, but I feel like this is the best option for the Steelers as we move forward. There's not a great guy in the QB free agent market or even the trade for that's available. The NFL draft's not great. Maybe you can get a developmental guy, but there's not a guy I feel like can be a franchise guy. So Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are both free agents. Here's what I would do. You sign Justin Fields to a 2-year, maybe $15-20 million deal if you can get him. He's younger. He's cheaper than Russell Wilson. I appreciate what Russ did, but let him move on and do his thing. Maybe he goes back to the Raiders with Pete Carroll as he got the head coaching job for the Las Vegas Raiders. But Justin Fields is the guy. No question about it. Now, we're hearing rumblings about Jalen Milroe, the combo, but it's not a guy who I feel like they have time to develop. They haven't developed a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. Let's just be real about it. So Justin gives you the best chance of winning. I think he wants to prove a lot of people wrong. This would be his last chance at a legit starting quarterback job in the NFL. And let's forget it. Mike Tomlin is not on the hot seat, guys. I know we've been critical of him, and I've been critical of him. Everybody has, but I don't want him to get fired. You tell me who's going to replace him. Do we need to make changes? Yes. There was no real coaching changes, which I thought it were going to be. I thought they were going to let Teryl Austin go, but they unfortunately did not let Teryl Austin go. They're keeping him. Looks like he's at the Senior Bowl with Mike Tomlin. So is Arthur Smith. I know Andy Weidl was there. Omar Khan. Those guys are names you're hearing. Omar Khan, the GM, and Andy Weidl, the assistant GM. Those guys need to make big splashes in this offseason, especially offensively. We have one of the smallest coaching staffs in the league. Rooney doesn't believe in making it bigger, which I think you need to, so you have eyes everywhere. And another thing, keep George Pickens. I know Rooney came out and said GP has talent. Have to work to fulfill it. I know the Steelers are starting to get tired of it, but I think this is George's last year to really prove it. You don't trade him. He's the only piece on our offense right now. In regards to you keep him or you don't keep him, which I think we should keep him, you still have to go get more talent at wide receiver. The biggest needs for this team, and there's a lot of them. Wide receiver, of course. Defensive line, of course. We're getting a little older. We need to probably move Keanu Benton out to the 5 technique. Cam's getting older. We need to get rid of Larry Ogunjobi, cap hit too big. Isaiah Loudermilk's a free agent. Cornerback, obviously, to pair with Joey Porter Jr. Dante Jackson's a free agent. Corey Trice has been okay. He may be your third corner. Cam Sutton, no. James Pierre, no. And I'm saying it again, number 42, yes, James Pierre, no. Running back, obviously, they didn't pick up Najee's option, so he's a free agent. They have Jalen Warren under contract, but I do believe that they do go running back in this draft. They're not going to re-sign Najee Harris. They didn't want to give him $6 million. So, fortunately for the Steelers, this running back class is very, very deep alongside. The defensive line is very deep. Wide receiver, I'm a little concerned about. Hopefully, they can maybe get they're picking at 21, so maybe they can get a Matthew Golden, Emeka Buka, Luther Bowden. They're not getting Teddy Earl McMillan. Those are the 4 best receivers in this draft class. Corners, okay, solid. So what they really need is there in the draft. It's really there. Mike Tomlin's been at the Senior Bowl watching some of these defensive linemen heavy. Arthur Smith's been watching these wide receivers heavy. Now in free agency, I think you need to go out and spend on the wide receiver. My dream guy, don't believe it's going to happen. Maybe I can be optimistic about it. Just T. Higgins. Throw as much money you can at T. Higgins. Pair him with George Pickens. Draft a guy in the draft. And then you still have Calvin Austin. So Pat Freiermuth in the middle, but Mike Williams didn't see it. Van Jefferson, no thank you. We cannot go into another season with no wide receiver depth or no guys besides George Pickens that gives you nothing. And my ideal, and it's just a toughest position that they're in right now. We've been so mediocre, so we're never bad enough to be picking in the top 10, but always in that 18 to 22 range these last 5-6 years. Just infuse this roster with more talent. And then I believe you can try to go get a quarterback next year in the 26th draft. It's a lot better. I mean, people always say that, but I do believe it. Some of the early names, possibly Arch Manning, Drew Allen from Penn State, Arch is at Texas, Lenore Sellers, at South Carolina. Dante Moore, if he has a good year at Oregon, I definitely think it's just a better class. Like I said, the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl are going on this week. Shrine Bowl tonight, Senior Bowl on Saturday. But I will give you guys some more updates on some of the guys I like and some of the prospects coming up. Let me do some more deep dive data. I want to see the Senior Bowl and Shrine Bowl, and I'll come back and give you a perfect draft. We're doing some mock drafts because the offseason is a long way to go, but that's just my early thoughts on how the offseason should go. Just add talent. And I think what the Steelers are, as we know, Andy Wilder came over from Philadelphia Eagles, and look, they're in the Super Bowl, and I believe the Steelers want to model what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing in a sense. They got quite a ways to go, but that's the Eagles have gave you the blueprint. Draft well, sign some guys, hope they hit. We'll see what happens, but like I said, we'll be breaking more news, and I'll be back next week to give you guys. We'll start doing, like I said, a lot of draft talk. So hey, appreciate all the love and support. Hey, it's your boy Adrian, and I'm out.